Hello, Freight Masters. I know I've been out for a little while. I had some family business that I've had to attend to. Things got a little crazy, but I am back now. And I've been looking at some of the comments on previous videos from the ones that I've done on prospecting, how to get more shippers and things like that. Some of the questions that I've been getting on other social media, Facebook, etc. And a couple of things is one, I see some of you newer guys and girls out there are. It seems like you lean more toward the cold emailing versus cold calling, and while some people, like, I'm successful at cold emails. Well, statistically, you are far better off with cold calling versus cold emails. So it's sort of, I think that what you determine as your level of success, if you maybe got one shipper a week or one every 2 weeks, maybe that's your level of success, right? By doing cold emails, versus you should be getting at least one new customer, per day by cold calling, right? And I'm not going to get into the whole, tips on cold calling, things like that. We've got, previous videos on that where I actually kind of go through on what to say to a potential shipper that you're prospecting, right? But what I wanted to cover today is if you're getting a lot of no's, right? When you're, let's just say you're calling the Acme Corporation or XYZ Factoring or whatever it is. Manufacturing, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said factoring. But just say you're calling XYZ Manufacturing and they make widgets. And you say, yes, hi, this is Tim with, wherever you're from, whatever however you open that up. I was calling today to find out, if I could get put on your shipment list. Well, number one, the person that answered that phone probably isn't the person that you really want to talk to. Number two, that gatekeeper, that person that answers the phone, like I mentioned in previous videos, and if you haven't seen them yet, go back and watch. That gatekeeper's job is to keep you away, right? To keep you away from the person that you need to be contacting. So 99.99999% of the time, they're going to tell you no, right? Because they get probably 100 calls a day from brokers and probably a couple of carriers that are soliciting them to get their business. They hear that same thing every day, multiple times per day, right? And like I mentioned in other videos, you need to be a bit more original. Separate yourself from the rest of the pack, okay? So that being said, and we do have some tips on the website there. If you're looking for anything, if you're looking for load boards, there's 30-day free trials on that. If you're looking for factoring, further training, things like that. We've got some good resources on there for you, okay? But I'm going to go through LinkedIn with you and show you a couple of things, all right? Number one, it's going to show you how to find more shippers, and number two, who to contact, who to ask for, okay? So let's go ahead and jump on over here. And I promise I'm gonna try to keep this video relatively short, okay? So let's just jump over here. I've already kind of got this pulled up, and I just typed up in here into the search, right? Shipping manager, all right? And you're gonna see this, okay? And you're gonna see a few people, and then there's some jobs listed, and some posts, and some FreightWaves stuff, and whatever, some groups and more, okay? But what we want to do is we want to go right here to people, and click on people. All right, so right off the get, we see there's 292,000 search results. All right, and so first one we see here is Chelsea Shriver, shipping manager at Rack Builders Incorporated. All right. So we maybe click on her profile, go down here and look. Experienced logistic coordinator. That's a little bit about her. Shipping manager at Rack Builders Incorporated. Okay. So let's copy and paste that. All right. And before that, she was at Archer McDaniels Midland. So you want to maybe check them out as well, right? That's another out of the Illinois area. That's another company that you can reach out to. You just have to look up and find out who the shipping manager is. Okay, and I'm going to go through, well, Tim, you just typed in shipping manager. I'm getting to that. Okay, all right. So Rack Builders Incorporated. Let's see who they are. Let's see. They were in Quincy, Illinois. So right here, this is another thing, not to get off track here real quick, but when you look up a potential shipper, one of the things that I do is I look up, I click on those Google reviews, okay? And you're going to see a lot of those from truck drivers. If you value your carrier relationships, you're going to want to look at this, because if you see a lot of Google reviews and they're bad, where drivers sat for, 8 hours or whatever the case may be, waiting to get loaded, or, they were treated poorly, you're going to want to know that, because it's going to be hard to get your, good carriers into those areas, right? So, but it says here, very fast unloading, the workers were extremely professional, easy. They've got, pretty much 4.5 out of 5 views, or 5 stars, right? Sometimes you'll see stuff on there where, the people that work there will say, hey, I love my job, et cetera, et cetera. So, okay, they're a construction company, all right? You're probably thinking, oh, construction company. Well, storage products, right? 2 deep reach, let's see what that is. So, probably, just based on the commodity here, what they're shipping, they're probably shipping this on open deck, right? So flatbed, step deck, maybe some kind of stoga, depending upon how big some of this is and how much it breaks down. They might even ship it on dry van, but most likely it's going to be open deck freight, right? Okay, so when you call this company, right? We got their phone number right back here, 217-214-9482. Okay? When we do that, what are we going to say? Yes, this is Tim with XYZ Brokerage or XYZ Logistics or whatever the name of your company is, right? I just changed that up for your purposes. I'm calling for Chelsea Shriver, and you might get, okay, one moment, please, and they'll transfer you right on through. Easy pleasy lemon squeezy, right? Sometimes it's not always that easy. Sometimes they might say, what is this in regards to? Well, I was calling Chelsea today because I typically have anywhere between 8 and 13 trucks in your area every week, every day, whatever the case may be. And so I was calling to see if they might have some loans available that we could assist you with, or something to that effect. Whatever it is your spiel is, I just sort of threw that off, right? But that's what you want to do. And by the way, I've had way too much coffee today, and it's already 4:25 my time, so bear with me. All right. If I'm going too fast, you can always go back and rewatch this. So, okay, that's one way, and I guarantee you're going to be a lot more successful calling and asking for Chelsea by name than just asking the gatekeeper if you can be put on their available loads list. Okay, because that's a big. That's what rookies do, and we don't want to sound like a rookie, right? Even if you are, you don't want to sound that way. And when you call, make sure that whatever it is you're saying to them, try not to stutter too much. Practice, like I mentioned in other videos. Practice in the mirror. Practice with your friends, your significant other, whatever you have to do. But make sure that it flows. Okay. If you go, my name is Tim, and I'm calling for Chelsea Shriver, or something to that effect. odds are they're probably not going to let you through, or when you do get Chelsea, you're gonna come across as sounding inexperienced, and odds are they're probably not going to want to trust you with their freight, right? Okay, so moving on. All right, where'd we go? All right. Oh, I almost backed up too far. Archer Daniels Midland Company. Oops. Okay, so we click on them, right? There's 31,729 employees on LinkedIn. All right, based out of Chicago, they're a food and beverage company. And so what we're going to do here is click on their employee directory right here. Rachel Wolter, logistics coordinator at ADM. Right? So there we go. So you'll call them just like we did with Chelsea, but we're going to call and ask to speak with Rachel, right? And then we'll go back over here. Looks like maybe she worked for a transportation company, supply chain management at Fibro Animal Health. That might be a potential shipper. Things like that. And then here's some other things that you might not be aware of, but people also viewed, right? I don't know who. Oh, that's Caitlin. Okay. And if Rachel's not available, look to talk to Caitlin or Jacob. Lindsay, Abby. Those are all, potentials. And you can go back, right, in our search here. Let's go back. All right. You can type in shipping manager. Let's see, shipping supervisor. All right. You can change this up, and it'll change your search results. There's 109,000 there now, right? And there's a shipper available there out of Ohio. Let's look up logistics coordinator. Oh, sorry, I got a little fat fingered there. People. 768,000 search results, right? Over 750,000 search results. All potential shippers. So there you go. I just gave you 768,000 leads, not counting the other 200 and whatever it was, plus another 109 before that or after that. So, guys, don't make this any more difficult than what it is, okay? But make sure that you're asking for the person that you need to speak to by name. And by doing that, oftentimes that gatekeeper thinks that you already have a working relationship with them, right? I've mentioned this in previous videos. And by doing so, you kind of circumnavigate that gatekeeper, and you're most likely going to talk to one of these individuals, okay? And once you get them on the phone, then that's when you really start working your magic and, talking to them, finding out what their needs are, things like that. It might even be just hey, I realize you're busy. Just a quick thing. Sorry. Office kitty just ran through. But you might say something to the effect of, hey, I don't want to take up more than just a moment of your time. We typically have 7, 8 to 13 trucks, every week, every day, whatever however you want to do it, in your area. And I realize you're probably still busy. Would there be a good time where we might be able to discuss, a potential partnership between our two companies, and I could, maybe assist you with your freight, or however you want to approach that, right? But something along those lines, okay? So that's what you're going to want to do, and I guarantee you're going to start to see more yeses than nos. I actually may sound kind of odd. I actually got real simplistic there for a couple of days when reaching out to potential shippers, and I kind of went back to the whole rookie method. You'd be surprised how rude some of these shippers can be. And I did this as sort of like a test, right? Because it had been a while since I'd been a rookie, because I've been doing this for quite a while. So, but yeah, they would literally, you'd barely get out your name sometimes, it seemed like. You know, obviously I got a little bit further than that, but they would just say, nope, we're all set, thanks, and hang up. Because that old way, that rookie way of doing things is too ineffective. Okay? Alright? So, guys, I hope this helped you out a lot. Like I said, get your LinkedIn profile if you don't already have one. Start doing some searches. Like I said, anything along those lines, a logistics coordinator, shipping supervisor, logistics supervisor, you know, start playing with the search results a little bit. And, you know, you will be more successful. Be unique when you get that individual on the phone. Okay? Differentiate yourself from the pack. And while they're making 20 grand a year, you're making a lot more. You're making 100,000 a year. All right? That's the difference. You differentiate yourself. You know, and don't be afraid to pull somebody else up with you. Okay, if you know somebody else is in the industry and maybe they're struggling a little bit, pass this video along to them. Or maybe, you know, you found that it worked for you, and maybe you can kind of forward that information onto them, right? Like I mentioned before, you know, when I got into this, you know, I was lost after my broker training. And I didn't know anything about cold calling. I had no sales background. I didn't know how to talk to carriers. I didn't know what questions to ask or anything like that. But fortunately for me, I had a couple of brokers and a couple of drivers that took mercy upon me and kind of helped point me in the right direction. And it just sort of started to kind of snowball from there. And I learned so much more hands-on than I did through like classroom, right? And because classroom, it just seemed like there was a lot of like legal mumbo jumbo and things like that, which is beneficial. But for somebody trying to break into the industry that doesn't have any prior industry experience, you're really behind the ball on that one, right? So I hope that these videos help you guys. If they do, I appreciate your, you know, hitting that bell notification, that subscribe button. You know, it really helps me out a lot. If you guys have any other questions, anything like that I can help you out with, by all means, drop a comment down below. Plus, it helps me rank a little better in the search results, right, with YouTube's algorithm. So, yeah, I hope you guys found this beneficial. Like I said, I wasn't gonna drag this on too long, so I'll go ahead and wrap this up. And as always, be kind to one another.